Hi, I'm Chad Hart. Here with me today, I have Lisa Francis, and she's been taking Tavala for a while. Has had some great success on the product, and I wanted to bring her on here and tell her story. So, Lisa, nice to meet you, and I'm excited to chat with you today and learn more about your experience.
Well, thank you.
So, tell me, what position were you in that made you want to start taking Tavala? Why did you start using the service and the product?
I started using it because I was literally 285 pounds last year. It was getting to where when I would go up steps, I could only do like 4 steps and then I would be out of breath.
Mm.
I couldn't really do anything with the kids. Like I could go outside, but I really couldn't run with them or anything like that. So I felt something had to change.
Wow. And how long were you at that weight and having those issues?
Probably for almost 2 years.
Hmm.
I struggled with the weight, trying to find a way to get it off. I did Slim Fast, I did a couple of other diet meds, and nothing really worked.
So in trying all those other things, I mean, because obviously if you have, problems like that and it's keeping you from spending good time with your children and, being able to go up more than 4 steps at a time, it's not like you're just lazily looking for something, right? You were probably, I'm guessing, like, were you trying pretty hard to find something that would work for you that would make those differences?
Yes, because I was really struggling really bad um, with not being able to do anything. And being a mom, you want to be able to do stuff with your kids, and not being able to do those things really made it difficult because you kind
Mm.
of feel like, okay, now you're being a bad parent or whatever. So it feels really good to actually be able to do stuff with my kids now.
Man, that's awesome. So how did you discover Tavala? Because you were trying all those other things, right? Slim Fast, Weight Watchers, maybe a handful of other things. What was it that made you want to try Tavala?
My friend Ashley Smith actually introduced it to me. She gave us a sample pack. I love the flavor.
Hmm.
Um, I'm really hoping they come out with a cherry or a peach flavor. Peach is my favorite. Um, but we tried it. We liked the flavor and stuff. Myself and my husband, I should say, instead of we. But
Hmm.
both of us tried it. We liked the flavor, so we went ahead and bought a must supply of it, and we did it together. Um, and it's the best thing ever.
So you and your husband both did it at the same time?
Yes.
And if I heard you right, you said your friend Ashley Smith, did she try the product already and had success with it, and then she wanted to share it with you, or did she just hear about it from someone else?
No, she actually does the product herself.
Hmm.
Um, I think she's also one of the sellers that sells the products.
Okay.
Um, I'm not really sure about all that, but I know she is in there somewhere on selling it. But she's tried it longer than what we was trying it.
Hmm.
So she wanted to try it before she introduced us to it.
Gotcha. Well, and then how much weight did you and your husband lose?
I think he's lost 40 pounds, if I'm not mistaken,
Oh, wow.
but I've lost 100. I went from 285 to I'm sitting at 185, and I couldn't be more happier.
That's amazing.
So my goal is to hit 160, so I still have a little bit to go, but I'm getting there.
And you're still taking Tavala, the trim?
Yes. And
Wow.
I didn't really change my diet. The only thing I did was cut the pop out and start drinking more water. I don't exercise because I'm very lazy.
You and me both.
The most I do is walk my dog. So
Hmm. Wow. So when did you start taking Tavala? I mean, because to lose 100 pounds, that's almost half of you. Almost half of you from
right.
last year is gone. How long did that take?
I started June 14th of
Okay.
last year.
Hmm.
So it's been,
Now.
and with me working, I was walking all the time. I was working 10 to 14 hours a day. So
Hmm.
mainly constantly on my feet, just walking. So the walking and the water and cutting the pop out actually helped more than what people know.
Wow. So since June, let's see, it's March now. So what is that? June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March. You're looking at 10 months,
Yes.
right? 10
Yes.
months, 100 pounds. That's incredible.
And I couldn't be more happier. Like, I feel much more healthier. I don't get out of breath as fast. It's actually easier to go up and down the steps.
Hmm.
So it's changed my life a lot for the better. And
Oh,
before
and
I could hit diabetes,
right, yeah. Are you able to spend more time with your kids now and your family and make that time more valuable?
I am. It's so much better. We're able to get out now and, go walking and just do more things as a family than what it would have been if I was still where I was at last year.
Hmm. Man, what a huge change. And you mentioned that you were working, 10 to 14 hours a day, these long days. I heard that Tavala, the trim, also has like an energy boost and a focus enhancement. Did you
Yes.
notice any of those impacts on your life as well as you're working these long days?
Yes, because what I would do is I would space it out. I would space my drink out throughout the day.
Hmm.
So when I started feeling more tired, that's when I would mainly start drinking it a little more. But I always try to space it out so that way it keeps giving me that energy and I wouldn't be as tired before noon
Wow.
because I would get up at 4:30 in the morning. So by noon, I was already so tired that I could just sleep. But with it and spacing it out throughout the day, it actually gave me more energy.
How cool. So you've been taking Tavala for 10 months. You space it out throughout the day through your work to give you boosted energy. You're not changing much in your lifestyle other than you're not drinking pop and you're drinking more water
Right.
and you've lost 100 pounds, 10 pounds a month for 10 months in a row.
Yes.
What a cool story.
I know a lot of people would say that's hard to do. It's honestly not hard to do because when it started getting in my system, I noticed that it started filling me up more, so I wasn't eating as much.
Hmm.
Um, so that also helps as well. So it is doable. You just have to be willing to do it and just work at it.
Wow. And how long did it take for you to start seeing results? Was it pretty quick, or did it take a week or so?
I think it took about 2, 3 weeks, and I
Hmm.
noticed that the inches was coming off more than the weight at first. And then it's like, okay, I can still handle that as long as something's coming off.
Right.
So, and then once I started noticing the weight, I was loving it.
How cool. So you start taking the product 2 or 3 weeks afterwards. You see inches coming off your waistline, then you see the weight dropping. Then
Yes,
it's just all uphill from there, or I guess downhill because downhill's easier.
right. So I had to go out and buy some new clothes because I was at a size 22 and now I'm between a 14 and a 16 depending on how they're made.
Wow. Wow. And you're trying to get down to 160, right? So you got 20, 25 pounds more to go?
Yes. And I figured I'll get there eventually.
Mm-hmm. Man, 100 pounds gone, Lisa. That's amazing.
I love
So
it.
tell me about since then. Because losing 100 pounds, most people don't even believe that they can, right? People that have had weight for a while, been on Weight Watchers, and maybe they'll go up and down with their weight, right? They'll be doing really well, but then Thanksgiving and Christmas will hit, and it's all game over. What would you say to those people who feel like they're trapped in their weight and that there's not a way out?
That's the way I felt. Like I said, I tried multiple different ones. I never tried Jenny Craig or any of that because to me, I don't believe that stuff works. I mean, you can change your food all you want, but never feel like you're trapped in your body. You can change your lifestyle if you want to. You just have to be willing to make certain changes, whether it's cutting out pop or fast food or whatever you feel that is putting the weight on you is what you want to try to cut out. So you can do it and it's manageable. And don't let your body hold you back because you can get the weight off. You just have to keep telling yourself, I got this, I can do it, and wait, you're coming off.
Hmm. And it does, right? 100 pounds later, here you are at 185.
Yes, so it's very, very doable. You just have to be willing to accept change. A lot of people don't like change, but sometimes change is for the better.
Hmm.
because I love pop. I'm not going to lie. Mountain Dew is my jam, and it was hard to give it up. Um, but I did it, and now I'm back to where I probably drink 1 can a day, which is okay because I was drinking 5 or 6.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so
It's
you
not
haven't even cut
more.
it all out. You just went down.
Right down. If you can go down to 1 can a day, so that way you don't get that caffeine headache or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you're good to go.
Wow, so losing 100 pounds, that wasn't even just cutting out soda. That was going from 5 cans to 1 can.
Right.
Wow.
And just replacing that other 5 to 6 cans with nothing but water.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
And
So
you can
it's
even do the flavor water. I did the flavor water. I'm not big on the, even with the bottled waters, I don't really like the taste of water. So I would always buy the little sugar free packets that you can dump in there to give it some kind of flavor.
mm-hmm.
So that's what I did as well.
Wow. So if someone had told you last June that a year from then you were going to lose 100 pounds, you'd be 100 pounds lighter, what would you have told them? This is before Tavala, before you knew about it.
I would have probably told them they was crazy because I had tried everything and it was still just packing on the weight.
Mm-hmm. Not anymore though, right?
Right.
Oh, that's incredible. What a neat story. Have you been able to share that with anyone else that's been struggling with their weight?
I have. I shared it with a few of my friends. We just moved to Texas, so back home we're from Ohio. So back home, I shared it with all of my coworkers because they was noticing the change, and I'm like, oh well, I can give you the website for the product that I'm using. It really works.
Mm-hmm.
So I shared it with a lot of people. I shared it with my mom. She's wanting to try it. She's a diabetic, so I
Mm-hmm.
made sure that it was okay for her before I give it to my mom, and it's 100% okay. Um, she can use it. So she told me when she comes to visit that I have to go online and buy her some. So
Good. Well, so and what is your family thought? I mean, so you've told me about your experience with losing the weight and how that changed your oh Lisa, your camera's gone. I don't see anymore.
are you there?
Yep,
Sorry
there we
about
go.
that.
Oh,
There
you're
was a
fine.
call trying to come through, so I had to
Uh,
decline it.
gotcha.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, so I was you already told us a little bit about how your life changed with losing the weight, but what is your family thought? What about your kids and your husband? What's been their experience as you and your husband have been going through this transformation?
Oh, they think it's amazing. They think it's the best thing in the world because now we both can go out and do stuff with them that we couldn't do with them before. My kids love it because now we can actually go out and play football and baseball and we can all run together, you
Mm-hmm.
know, because before it was, oh no, I'm not running. I'll walk to the base and you try not to get me out. So,
Uh-huh.
but it's a lot, they love it a lot better. And it's just
Oh, good.
amazing feeling for the whole family to actually be able to go out and do things that we couldn't do before.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That is seriously so cool because it's more than just weight, right? It's the whole lifestyle.
Yes, it's about, I mean, me as a mom, I'm not speaking for other moms, I'll speak for myself, but me as a mom, not being able to do anything with your kids is the hardest thing ever. Especially when they want to go out and play football or, basketball and stuff like that. And you have to tell them no because, the minute you're out there, you're only going to last 1 or 2 minutes and then you're going to be so tired and
Mm-hmm.
my feet would swell and I would just be in a lot of pain. So now it's like if they asked, I can say, hey, yeah, let's go,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
because I know none of it's going to swell. I know it's not going to be sore. So it's the best feeling in the world.
Sounds like there's just a lot of things you don't even have to think about anymore that a year ago you had to think about.
Yes, and it was really scary being that much, having that much weight on you because with me, I always worry about, becoming a diabetic and everything like that because it runs really high in my family. And I know the bigger you are, the higher the risk is. So I
Mm-hmm.
knew not only for my children's sake, but for my sake that I had to change my lifestyle or I wasn't going to be around much longer.
Right. And are you worried about that anymore?
No, I'm even excited to buy a pool this year.
Oh, that's awesome. Well, Lisa, thanks for chatting with me. You answered all the questions I had in mind, Is there anything else that you want to share about either yourself or tavala or trim or anything else on your mind?
Tell them to bring out a peach and a cherry kind.
Peach and a cherry. All right, I'll pass that along.
Yes.
All
But
right.
other than that, I'm good. I'm very happy with the product. It's amazing.
Well, Lisa, thanks for chatting with me today. I really appreciate it. And just to make sure you're okay with me using this video and in an interview and putting it up on the blog, that's all right with you?
Oh yeah, because I'll go share it so my family can see it.
All right, yeah, share it with your family. Let them
I'm in
see it.
Texas. They're between West Virginia and Kentucky, so they'll be
Okay.
able to see it.